Hey there everybody, welcome back, and today I want to talk about two of the best phones of 2024. That is the newly released Google Pixel 9 Pro XL and the tried and proven Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. These two phones are incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that the Pixel does that the Galaxy S24 Ultra doesn't do, and vice versa, right? But I think truly one phone has the edge. Let's get right into it. Now first, let's talk about the build quality. So the Pixel feels amazing in the hand. Okay, you got these beautiful rounded edges. The Galaxy, you're getting that sharp edge, or that sharp corner I should say. And when you're holding it in your hand, especially with no case, you're going to feel it. And not only that, but the Galaxy also comes in a little bit heavier at 232 grams about, and the Pixel is coming in a little bit lighter at 221 grams. One thing that is entirely the same is the water and dust resistance when it comes to these devices. You're getting IP68, same thing on both devices. With the Pixel, you're getting a polished aluminum frame, and with the Galaxy, the frame you're getting is a matte titanium. Now, let's get into probably the biggest difference in this entire video, and that is the display. The Pixel is rocking a beautiful display, don't get me wrong, okay? You're looking at a 6.8-inch LTPO OLED with a resolution of 1344 by 2992 and a 486 ppi, 2000 nits of high brightness mode, and when you're out in the sun, the Florida sun, you're getting 3000 nits of peak brightness. But the S24 Ultra screen is just absolute perfection. You're looking at a 6.8-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED. You're looking at a resolution of 1440 by 3120, which is slightly higher than the Pixel. And in addition to that, you're also getting a higher pixel density at 505 ppi versus the 486. They also rock an anti-reflective coating on their displays. When you look at it, everything looks better. The colors look deeper, they look more contrasty, the blacks look blacker. When you're out in the sun, you might have amazing peak brightness on the Pixel, and actually I didn't mention this, but the S24 Ultra, you're getting 2600 nits of peak brightness versus the Pixel's 3000 nits of peak brightness. Now, as usual, here's my disclaimer. I'm not a professional photographer. I don't pretend to be, but here are the specs of both devices so you can see for yourself. Here's a quick, non-professional camera test between the S24 Ultra and the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. You tell me down below, which do you really think is better? Because I'll be honest, the Pixel is known to have the best cameras, but looking at these photos, I can't say that in every situation. So you let me know down below what you think. This is 4K 30 on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Gonna move side to side here. And then we've got 2 times, 5 times, 0.5 wide angle, back to 1, back to 5, and let's zoom in on that box there. That's 20 times zoom. Back to 1. This is 4K on the S24 Ultra, going side to side. And the options we have available are 3 times lens, 5 times, also a 10 times, 0.6 wide angle, back to 1, back to 10. Now let's zoom in all we can on that box. There we go, 20 times zoom. Back to 1. Here's a speaker test at max volume between the Pixel and the S24 Ultra. that I've always praised the S24 Ultra's battery. I easily get between 10, 11 hours of screen on time. The Pixel 8 Pro really wasn't good. I was getting, 6 to 7 hours. The Pixel 9 Pro XL, I'm getting a solid 10 hours of battery life. If I had to trust in one device more, I would still give the edge to the S24 Ultra. I think it's a little bit better. I might get an extra hour here and there. Let's just get it right out there. On paper, the S24 Ultra is way, way better. And not only that, this was released, I think, in January of 2024. We're about to see the S25 Ultra in just a few months. If the Pixel that has the new Google Tensor G4 chip can't beat the S24 Ultra's Snapdragon 8 3rd generation, well then when the S25 Ultra comes out with the newer, faster chip, where are we going to be, right? Which has more power? The S24 Ultra. Which feels a lot nicer to use? The Pixel, hands down. Now, getting into some of the security features. So I guess right off the bat, both of these phones are going to come with 7 years of promised software and security updates. So good on you, Samsung, good on you, Google. In the previous generation, the Google Pixel 8 Pro came with an optical under-display fingerprint sensor. This generation changes the optical fingerprint sensor for an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. What other phone has this function? The S24 Ultra. They also have face unlock or facial recognition. The S24 Ultras, unfortunately, is not going to be secure. So if I want to use it for my credit card apps, my banking apps, my trading apps, I can't use the facial recognition to get into those applications. With the Pixel, it is 100% secure. Now let's get into the software. Now this won't be a total comparison when it comes to the actual software. This has more to do with the specific software features of the S24 Ultra and the Pixel. Now first, let's start with a few of the things that both phones do, be it they might do it in a different way, but they both have the function. Now the first thing that I appreciate are things like the voice recording and the transcription. So when I'm using the S24 Ultra, I need to record and then I need to save that recording and then transcribe it. But with the Pixel, the one thing I love about it is not only do I feel like it's more accurate, but I get live transcriptions. If you're a student, you're in school, you need to record a very important lecture, I'm telling you, the Pixel wins hands down over the S24 Ultra. Now, one thing I do a lot of is editing photos. And a lot of times when I'm taking a photo, my wife and I, we like to run in Disney, okay? And when you're running, a lot of times there's people behind you, right? So both of these phones can address that and can remove those people from the background. But again, I think one phone does it quicker, does it easier, and that's the Pixel. Now let's get into some of the differences. Let's start first with the Pixel. I get a ton of scam calls. I'm sure you guys do as well. And one thing I use easily multiple times a day is call screening. Call screening truly is amazing. I've received a lot of scam calls, but in between those scam calls, there might be like 5% that are legitimate calls. It works as a filter, it saves me time, and I'm all about saving me time. Also, one thing I haven't really talked about in any of my videos is a feature called Now Playing. When I'm in the store and I hear a good tune come on, I go, man, what is that song? I want to download that song because tomorrow when I do my workouts, I want to listen to that specific song. I pull up my screen and there it is on my lock screen, the song that is being played. And lastly, this has to go to the newly debuted Google Gemini. First is your Gemini Live. It's like having an actual conversation with a human being, but it's a computer and the computer knows everything. So if you need to know about cars or the vacation that you're planning or whatever it is, the computer can tell you exactly what you need to know. My wife and I are planning a trip to Mexico City, Mexico, but what are like the top 2 things that we got to do when we get there?
2 must-dos in Mexico City are exploring the Teotihuacan pyramids and the Frida Kahlo Museum. Teotihuacan
How much is the museum?
It's pretty affordable. Tickets for foreigners are usually around 230 pesos, which is about $12 US. But there's discounts for students, teachers, and seniors. Plus, it's free for kids under 6.
Okay, that's cool. Is there any cool place to eat there, or should we just eat in the street?
There's actually a ton of great places to eat all around the museum. There's several cafes serving up traditional Mexican food with a modern twist. Plus, there's always the option of grabbing some delicious street tacos nearby.
Okay, we might look at that, but let me see. What was I going to ask you? Are there any prices for the pyramids? Do we need to pay anything?
Yep, there's an entrance fee for Teotihuacan. It's pretty reasonable though, around 80 pesos, which is about $4.
So if you have a photo that you really like, but you're not a huge fan of the sky, you can change the sky to make it like the golden hour. And if you want to do something a little bit more complicated, you can do what they call reimagine the photo. It's a lot of fun, it's a great feature, and it's very quick. And of course, Google also has this app called Pixel Studio, which is very similar to like ChatGPT image creation. I haven't seen anything like this on Samsung, so I had to give it a shout out. And I think it'd be pretty unfair not to mention that with the Gemini features specifically that I talked about, that comes with Gemini Advanced, which is a subscription plan. If you're willing to pay for it though, there are some cool things. Now let's talk about the S Pen, okay? To create notes on my lock screen. So when I'm working out in my garage and I have an idea of a YouTube video and I just need to jot it down really quick, what I love about the S Pen is I can just whip out my S Pen right on the screen and then pin it to my lock screen. That way, every time I have to go into my phone, it's right there on my lock screen like a digital sticky note. You can use it to take a snippet of exactly what you want to send. You don't have to take a screenshot and later, edit it up and down, left and right. There's one other thing though I want to mention that's not S Pen related, and that is Good Lock. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive on Good Lock. You can go to different videos to check that out. This is just one feature that I truly miss when I'm using Pixel devices or any other device, and that is the one-handed operation. It is such an underrated way to use your phone. Also, haptic feedback is something that's very important because you're going to be using it when you're writing your messages, when you're going through the UI. Very, very important. One phone clearly has the edge. So again, you want the best phone there is, S24 Ultra. You just like your Pixel phones, you like fluidity, you like the Pixel software and the Pixel features, you're gonna have to pick up the Pixel. So that's the video. Thank you all for watching. What do you think is the better device, the S24 Ultra or the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL? I got my opinions, but you have yours, so put them down below. Let's have a conversation. Also, give this video a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe for more, and I will see all of you next time.